Hello, my students. This is Leonardo. I'm talking to you from Agua de Dios. Yes, I traveled to my hometown to visit my parents, and I'm really happy, I'm extremely happy because I can share with them these weeks. I think that about 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm trying to be really conscious about the way I interact with them. I'm always wearing my face mask, with the exception of the time when I'm in my room and they cannot come into my room, and mm, or when I'm sitting we're eating because they sit on the table in the table, and I do it on on the floor, yeah, the stairs, because I don't want to interact with them without the mask on, without the face mask on. But it's very nice. I hope everything is going to be okay. I'm taking care of them, of myself, and nothing. I'm here, and I don't have friends, so I always tell you what I do and what I don't do. So I wanted you to know because I know that you are going to be happy because of me. Thank you so much. But okay, let's start with the class because as always, I always talk to you about things that are not important for the subject, but that are important for us as humans. So, this is an invitation for you to do exactly the same. If you want to talk to me once just about whatever, and you feel that hey, it'd be nice to have someone who wants to talk to me, you know that you can talk to me whenever you want, okay? So since let's start with this class. It's going to be okay, it's going to be easy because the topic is something that you have seen since you were a child in the kindergarten. So it's going to be nice. Best friends. First, you're going to start looking at these pictures and selecting who you would be a friend of. Yeah. So, who would you like to talk and why? You can explain that to me. Yeah. In here, you're going to choose what a friend should be. Yeah. You're going to number them. So, what of these would be number one, what number two, what number three? Yeah. With the adjective that they do. Uh, So, if you want to add any more information about what a friend should be, the qualities and the thing that a good friend has for you, yeah, in your conception of a friendship. Then here, this is the part where I said that you have to talk to make friend with, okay? So select the person that I told you, and tell me why you want to be a friend of this person, a friend with this person. In here, there are things that you cannot do because you don't have the CD-ROM, so baila. But okay, let's continue. Then you're going to have a listening. The first activity is kind of cool because you're going to listen to three couples and you have to select according to yourself, to your point of view, to your viewpoint, to your opinion, who of them, who of those couples would be friends between them. Yeah. So for example, uh, pair two and three will probably become friends, or pairs one and two might become friends, or I don't know. Right, couple one and three will won't get on very well. It depends on what you listen and what you think. Yeah, it is your point of view. Then you are going to listen again and say if these sentences are true or false. Yeah, as usual, nothing that weird. Here, you are going to introduce a person. Do you remember how you introduce a person? I hope so. Yeah, if not, Google that. How to introduce a person in English. And here, and there is here another one. This is the simple, the one that we always use. And this one is a really polite one, okay? Carla, I'd like to introduce you to Kate. Carla, me gustaría presentarte a Kate. You know, we usually don't do that. We say like, Carla, ella es Kate. Kate, ella es Carla. You see, we do it in Spanish in here. But okay, I'm going to tell you because I'm getting confused now with all those things. Remember that in English you have to introduce a person using this. Peter, no, we would say, Peter, this is Charles. So Peter, este es Charles. Yeah, in Spanish we use this, not he or she, but this. Let's do that because I was getting too confused and I don't want to make it even more confused. Okay, now we're going to start with the real topic, First page and almost the second one, almost all of it, is always about context. And you have a contextualization to understand. Then they introduce you the topic like that. The topic is going to be relative clauses. Yeah, and these are those relative pronouns are those words that join two ideas. Yeah, for example, uh, I have a house. My house is in Agua de Dios. You see, there are two sentences. I have a house. My house is in Agua de Dios. So, if you join them, you're going to use I have a house that is in Agua de Dios. So that word that joins two ideas, two different sentences to make it one. Yeah. So we're going to talk about these relative clauses. In here, you're going to start using who and which. Extremely easy. Remember, who is only used for talking about a person or about people. Yeah. So you're talking about humans, which you're talking about things or animals or situations or whatever else. Yeah. But who is only for people, which is for things. Yeah. So you have to select. In here, you have to select to, who, or which, and you continue joining the ideas. Then they introduce you here. Let me see. Yeah, here two different WH questions. WH questions we can say. In this case, two relative pronouns that perhaps in English are confusing, but in Spanish they are not. You know, because where is donde? We're talking about places, and whose is de quién, cuyo. They're talking about belonging, acerca de pertenencia. Yeah. If you don't know what cuyo or cuya is, Cuya, Cuyo, just Google it or ask your parents. They use that. I use that word, cuyo, cuya, only to translate. Yeah. So if you are talking about a place, you're going to use where. Let's see the example. Let's go over there. It's less crowded. Let's go over there where it's less crowded. Vamos allí, está menos aglomerado. Bueno, será vamos allá, pero ok, vamos allá. ¿Dónde está menos aglomerado? You see? So, is the use of where, and when we're talking about places. When you say allí, allá, they are talking about a place. Yeah, specific place. With whose is the same. Yo tengo un amigo, su hobby es escalar rocas. Yo tengo un amigo cuyo hobby es escalar rocas. You see, you're talking about belonging, about pertenencias. So you have to choose if this or this one. In English, they are kind of confusing. In Spanish, totally different. So don't bother because if you just let it go, if you just trust in your own knowledge of the language, it's going to be easy. Don't bother. Let's continue. Here is what I was explaining about relative clauses. So let's say that here they explain something that I don't find that important because as long as you can understand the use of who, which, where, whose, you understand everything. So here make it a little bit more complicated, but I find it kind of useless at the end of the day. Okay, so don't bother. It is something that is going to come to you with time. Now, they only explain that when you use who, where, which, where, or whose. Yeah, and here you have to select. Remember that this part you're going to do it in a notebook. Here you have a poem written by a girl. We don't know if to another girl or to a boy. So you have to select and to think that it's beautiful, it's kind of tender. So read it. In here, you are going to complete with the same who, which, whose, where, yeah, depending on what you want to say, depending on the context. Number B, letter B, letter B. a lyric, but sounds similar. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just B. I often say things I think are a joke, but my friends doesn't. So, how do you use who, which, or whose? Yo con frecuencia digo cosas. Yo pienso que son un chiste, pero mi amigo no. So, are you talking about a person? No, a joke is not a person. Are you talking about a thing? Yeah, a joke is a thing. Are you talking about a place? No, it is not a place. Are you talking about something belonging? No. So the only possible answer would be which. Yeah, because we're talking about things. So you have to select if who, which, where, and all the things in here. Then you have to continue here to write sentences about people, about music, about, yeah, again, you have to use who, where, whose, all the things that you have to do that. Yeah, the activities in group, so we cannot do it, unfortunately. We are not together anymore. At least for this month, I hope. Nah, yeah, I want to see you. You know, I love to see you, but it's better to be careful. We don't want to get sick. This part is kind of nice because I want you is the use of prepositions, of, from, of, about, of, at, with, on, in. Yeah. So you have to join the part. It's kind of Samantha to ask you. I'll never get tired. Yo nunca me canso. Tired always go with off, so it has to be of interesting people, of people who don't know, of listening to it. Could be of listening to it, of interesting people. I don't know. You have to look at the answer, possible answers. But what happens is that these words always goes with a preposition next to them. Yeah, get tired of. Yeah, keen on. So you have to check. Yeah, and to complete the idea. In here, you have to do more or less the same, but you have to finish it and you have to make some questions. Yeah, just to continue working about that. This part is important because, as well as relatives like who, which, where, and whose, and these prepositions always appear on the prueba saber 11, the exam, always. So that's why you are doing that. Then you finish with friendship and you have to read this and you have to finish. What is a friend for you? A friend is someone who a complete what a friend is. Uh, then you have pronunciation. I'm never keen on this part, keen on, you see, but it's kind of nice, you know. In here, it's only that when you are talking, you are used to join words when you are speaking, yeah. So you don't say it's kind of Samantha to ask me. You say it's kind of Samantha to ask me, yeah? So they are just joining kind of, full of, nervous of, tired of, good at, you see? So when you're speaking, you join words, the sounds. That's what you are supposed to do. To look at that, to listen to that, to do the same here, to imagine when they are going together, to listen, and that's all. Yeah, that's all the thing that you are going to do about that. Obviously, you are going to do the workbook. In here, you have to complete with which, who, where, because that's the activity, you know. In here, you have to continue and complete it with the same things. In here, there is, yeah, this crossword that you like. I'm not into that, but you are many times, or I hope so. But you have to complete that with the preposition and finish with the writing. Yeah, this part when you have to complete with your point of view, and this part are reading comprehension. So that is reading comprehension. So students, I hope that you have understood. You know, if you have any question, you can ask me in the meeting, or you can ask me in the private lessons. You know that you can ask me private lessons. Saben que me pueden pedir clases particulares desde que tengan los horarios de inglés, no hay problema. So if any question, chat, you can use the chat, you can have private lessons, or you can tell me and I'll do it on the meeting, explain that in the meeting. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye. Love you.